So welcome back. So based on the step 3, we are going to form the PI table in step 4. Let's see how that can be done. Forming the PI table. So let's form the PI table. That will form our step 4, excuse me. So in step 4, form the PI table. So before that, before forming the PI table in step 4, you will notice that in step 3, if you examine, there's a pattern that has we can observe from step 3 where certain of the variables have been eliminated, right? So let's quickly identify prime implicants, right? So in terms of the 4 variables, you will see in the first instance in group of zeros, you will see that A and D has been eliminated. So we are left with what? We are left with B bar, right? What? C bar. In the second part, uh, A was eliminated, and then C was eliminated, right? So we are left with what? B bar, and then what? D, right? And then in the last part, we have A, B were eliminated. So we are left with what? C, D. So let's form our prime implicant table. So we have the PI, right? We have the PI. So this is the main terms involve, right? The main terms involve. And then this is the given what? Main terms, right? Remember, we are given the mean terms to be what? 0, 0, 1. So we are given the mean terms to be what? Excuse me. We are given the mean terms to be 0, 1, 3, 7, 8, 8, 9, 11, and what? And 15, excuse me. And 15, right? So for the PIs, excuse me, our first PI is given to be this B bar, excuse me, C bar. So the main term involved is in terms of the values is M0, M1, M8, then M9. So we have 0, right? 1. In descending order, we have 8, right? And then 9, right? So for the second PI, we have B bar D. So we have 1, we have 3, 1, 3, we have 9, and then what? 11, right? So the last one is C and D. So the mean terms involved, we have 3, we have 7, 3, 7, 11, what? 15, right? So the next thing we need to do is to identify the essential prime implicants. So how do you go about identifying those ones that are essential? So let's have a column. So between each column, we're trying to map the essential prime implicant, right? By putting an X where each of the main terms value appears, right? Starting with the first instance, that's 0, right? Let's have a column. Let's draw a column for all the given main terms, right? So for 0, put an X in it, right? For 1, let's represent them with X, right? So 8, put an X. For 9, put an X. In the second row, so we have 1, put an X. 3, an X. 9, an X. 11, an X, right? For the last row, so an X will be in 3, an X will be in 7, an X will be in 11, then an X in 15, right? So remember, we are trying to look at those ones that are essential, right? In other words, we are looking at the essential prime implicant. These are all prime implicants, but we are looking at those ones that will be essential, that will form part of our simplification. So between, excuse me, in the PI table, looking at those ones with demarcated with X, so uh, identify those ones that have X standing alone on its own, right? So if you do that, we have this at this position, the X is standing alone, right, in that column. And then we have also at position 7, X is standing alone, right? And then we have that at 8, right? We have that at 15. So identify with the prime implicant that are standing alone. So if you do that, we have B bar, then C bar, right? And then what? C, E. And then for final, can I have a final expression to be to be F is equal to B bar C bar plus what? C D, right? Which can be verified uh, using what? Using KMAP, right? So these forms are simplified expressions which can be verified using KMAP. So thank you. That comes. We have come to the end of today's class. See you in the next class.